What on earth just happened? What was that? That was crazy. Well, here I go getting hope again. Bloody Essendon. Once I'm out, you pull me back in. You pull me back in. Spirited performance. You jag a narrow win in crazy circumstances. And now silly old me is going, oh, what if? Oh, what if? What if? What if? I should know better, but I don't know better. I don't know better. Oh wow! Well, watch this one from home, as you can gather, and judging by the crowd, I think most of you watched from home as well. Yeah, that was something else. That was absolutely something else. Absolutely something else. What a incredible play at the end there. Terrific work by the midfielders. Draper gets the tap. Merritt takes it. The other guys clear some space for him, and then get on to Daz, who kicks one of the most valuable points you'll see in an Essendon game for. Oh God, I can't think of since when we've had an ending like that. But yeah, gee, the funeral's on hold for another week, faithful. Funeral's on hold for another week as we sit here and reflect from this. Obviously, haven't done one of these for a few weeks because, let's be honest, I didn't want to. I'm a pea-heart, and after shit losses, I really can't be fucked sitting here and doing these kind of things. So, yeah, thought I'd get on and do a little review for you all. Give him my two bobs after that game because, yeah, what a bizarre game of footy that was. Let's get some more light in here. There we go. Look at that. Gee, where do we start? I mean, during the game, there were long passages of footy where all I could think about was how big the gap was in terms of their ball use and how good it was versus our guys. Because we were winning the footy. We won a lot of hard footy, won plenty of clearances, got plenty of contested ball around the ground, won some hard balls, all of that. But the way we used it, going inside 50 and then once it was inside 50, was really poor at times. Really, really poor at times. And if we were a side who was, clinical more often, this would have been a very different game. But we weren't, and they were. And that was the thing that really stood out for me for a long period in this game. I was just sitting there going, look at the way these guys use the footy and look at the way we're using it. And that's how I felt up until the, 14-minute mark of the final quarter. And I think probably a lot of you did as well because we just made silly errors, costly turnovers. They were really clinical, obviously very accurate in front of goals as well. But, I was sitting here sort of drafting my post-match, post on social media, and I was like, oh, look, credit was there, but didn't get it in the end of the day. But then suddenly the light switch flicked, and obviously they realised that this is the season right here. If you lose this game, you're not playing finals from here. Like, it's very unlikely you're playing finals from here. I still think it's very unlikely from here now. Like, there's still a lot of things we have to do right. But yeah, so I was resigned to a loss there. I was really resigned to a loss, and that's where I felt it was going. But then suddenly it all changed. Do or die footy, and it's something that kind of frustrates me in a way because we've seen times this year, and think about the Adelaide game recently, where suddenly when it's do or die and we just have to attack, that it suddenly just works out for us. And when we're not in that position, we're a little bit too cautious sometimes, or a little bit coy, and maybe not willing to bite off those difficult kicks and take the game on as we really should. In the earlier parts of the game, mate, I'd say. But yeah, the boys just absolutely went for it. And yeah, I honestly can't believe that we won that game. I honestly can't believe it. And silly old me sitting here being like, oh, what if we beat the Gold Coast? What if we beat Sydney? What if we don't lose to Brisbane that badly? Who honestly knows? Gold Coast on the road, as we know, look awful, and Sydney look cooked. Can't believe it. From where they were a month or so ago, 100-point loss. not many premiers lose by 100 points, if any, during the season. So, I mean, the numbers would say that you put a line through the Swans for a flag, which is crazy to think. Absolutely crazy to think. But back to us. God, here I am getting hope again. Maybe it's the wines. I've enjoyed a couple of glasses throughout the afternoon, which has been nice. So, who was good? Who was bad? What did I like? Let's start the debutant, Archie Roberts. Kid had a crack. I mean, if you've watched much VFL footy this year, whether it just be online or attending some matches, you'd see this kid has a really good work rate, and he showed that. Made some errors, which is expected for a young kid, but put his head over the ball, had a red hot crack, and that's what you want from the first gamer. Like, you want intent more than anything. Obviously, skills are important too, but you want a kid who doesn't quote unquote shit the bed. And he wasn't that player. He really, really put his head over it and had a red hot crack. And very, very happy with him for a debut performance. Who else did I like? I mean, I think you got to really credit the midfielders, to be honest, and the rucks as well. I thought both Draper and Bryan did really well at the stoppages. I thought their stoppage work was really good. Draper, obviously, his marking was good and kicked, I think he kicked 2 goals or 1 goal. But yeah, I think he really sort of redeemed himself from the performance he had last week. Bryan as well, like I said, the stoppage work was really, really good from him. What did he have? Was it 2 in the end? No, it was 1 goal 1. So it was definitely the week to have 2 ruckmen going up against Fremantle, and I think it worked really well. Is that going to be the case next week? I don't know. But I thought they played really, really well. Obviously, forward of the ball, Stringer, awesome 4 goals. Gresham as well, really, really took his opportunities. He's missed a lot in the previous few weeks and had a pretty down month, I'll be really honest with you. Nicky Martin, good. Zachy Merritt, good. Caldwell, Durham, the usual sort of heads. Honestly, a lot of my concerns were some of the back half players during the game. Like, I know they stepped up in those dying moments, but, Mackay looked all at sea at points. McGrath had some real howlers. Kelly actually thought had a pretty good game. Very vital smother late in the game there, which was good and wasn't as bad by foot as he has been in the past. Menzie, really battled poor Menz. I do wonder if they look to change that up with Melvin David Jr. starting a game, or if there's a Hobbs or someone else sort of coming into the game. Because quite a few times it felt like he just didn't take the right option, and then when he did, his execution was a little bit poor. But anyway, I think that's enough for me for my reaction. I thought I'd jump on just because that was that was something. That was something. I guess there's a pulse. Should we have hope? No, let's not be silly. Or maybe. Nah, maybe.